Hi everyone. So in the previous session we studied on how human structure is made. We did a Madhubani human study, and in this video we will learn how to make these figures. Okay. So we have already covered the male figure in the previous session with Lord Krishna. This time let's make a female figure for your assignment on human figures. Um, so as you know, there is not a lot, the difference is not too much if you make a male face or a female face. The basic shape and features will remain the same. It's only the way it's dressed and the jewelry that's added which will distinguish if the figure is male or a female. Okay, so I'm starting here. I just wanted to show you that if it's the very first time that you're drawing a face, always remember that in Madhubani we do side profiles. So when you begin your work, try to create an oval like this, which becomes the face in side profile. Okay, so this oval, if you see, it's not like an egg because we are not making a front profile. If we were making a front profile, then we create an oval like this. But in Madhubani, one of the characteristic feature of Madhubani is that we create faces that are mostly in side profile. Okay, barring some exceptions of gods and goddesses for that matter. So the first thing that anyone who's a beginner and is trying to make a human figure should do is create this oval like this. Okay, and here should be the protruding part where the chin comes like this. After you've got this oval, you've made it with pencil. Then I'll show you how to make it with pen now, how to make the face. Always remember that in Madhubani, the actual artists are never even allowed to work with pencil. So they keep practicing a lot on how to make the nose and face correct. And then they directly work on this shape with their pens or their ink, the nibs that they use for painting. We use nibs like these for painting. It's available in Amazon also, I think. Flat nibs like this, they will dip it in ink and create painting. So in the traditional painting, they don't work like this. I'm doing this only for those who are beginners, and I, in my entire online teaching program, we've done it for so many years now. There are a lot of people whom I had to give this instruction, so I thought I'll add this also in the video now. Once you've made this oval, depending on the face orientation, I have made this oval. It's a little bent. Now I'll go and okay, I'll first identify what is the center of this oval, which is around here, right? So I will mark this section. Now you normally in the oval, this is where your eyes will lie. Center will always be marked for an eye. Okay, so this is ideally where we will place the eye of this human face. Now let me bring back my line here for this forehead. Nose will come out like this. Madhubani, you know, it's known for its big and pointy nose like this, and come down to create lips here. Then you can add your chin and complete this here. For this lip, we can again go and add lip design. But again, this is a feature which is normally not followed in the traditional way. But in modern paintings, they have started marking out the lips also. So here from this joint of the nose, wherever I created this joint, right? This is where I will mark my eye now. It will be big, big eye. Huge. Like this. And the eyebrow will come here. This section I will bring it here, and since it's the Madhubani figure, which means the lady will have curly hair, so I'll add that curly hair. This can be the section for her earrings, and usually there's a lock of hair like this, and she can have a bun here. Then the neck will also continue here like this, and it will come here. This jawline is not drawn in Madhubani, okay? It's not highlighted. We'll just add maybe some earring to cover that section. Right, and then you can go over and add whatever decoration you want on this face, or the jewelry that she's wearing. She can wear a nose ring. Right, so this is how we make one Madhubani face. The characteristic feature of Madhubani face is that they have the pointy nose and they have large bulky eyes, right? So these two things, the pointy nose and large bulging eyes, these two things are prominent feature in Madhubani, and this can be achieved when we are making side faces, okay, like the side profile of the human face. So I'm going to show you how to quickly make these faces. Also remember that when these paintings are done traditionally, they are not done using pencils at all. Like I have visited the Madhubani training centers and Madhubani centers where these ladies in the city of Madhubani, they do these paintings for commercial purpose. The teachers there absolutely don't allow the use of pencil. So they always work with either their nibs like these, or they work with the acrylic pens or gel pens like these. These have to be waterproof when you're working with them. So let's begin. Of course, if you are beginner and if you're trying it for the first time, go ahead and make it with pencil first and then go over with your pens. So I will just give you a quick update on how you can draw this face. As I said, we'll begin with the forehead, a little bent, just the jerk. This is the forehead and this is the jerk to identify that the nose is now coming here. Little pointy nose, complete here, and come down. Two curves like this. This is for your lips, and keep coming down, and there you make a chin. Okay. Now this head, it has to be, just for your rough reference, I'm doing this dot lines first. The head needs to be big like this, right? So also it will have the dupatta on top because it's a female that we are drawing. In Madhubani, the ladies will always wear sari and they will have the sari on top of their head also. They will always cover their head. Also the sari that they wear is Sidha Palla, right? So all the fold of the sari will come in front. It will not stand in behind, like how you drape a lehenga. Okay, now this is a Madhubani lady figure. So the hair will be curly. So after I've drawn these dotted lines to get an estimate of the hair and head, I will try to place my ear. Ear should be, you've seen, right? It should start from the eyes and end to the nose. Okay, so I think the first thing will be to first put the eyes here. So let's put a big eye here. Big eye. Again, a traditional characteristic of Madhubani. Eyebrow. And let's set an eyeball in this face. So this right here is your eyeball and the sparkle in the eye, right? Fill it with black. This is the eyeball. So we've got a characteristic face of a Madhubani human female. Okay, I'm going to extend this little bit so that it shows more big and prominent. Right now, a lot of modern ladies, what they do, they make this line thick to show that this is human figure has put on some kajal, and then they make this line also a little thick and mark it with red to just highlight the feature. But this is all modern traits. In traditional form of Madhubani, we try to keep the painting two-dimensional. Okay, so when you start adding shading or when you start working on the highlights, you are changing the face from 2D to 3D. So if you are practicing a traditional Madhubani approach, you will leave this painting just here. You will not highlight it with eyeliner or red eye colors or try to take it from 2D to 3D. Okay, so this is a lady. So she will be wearing a red bindi. Now her hair should be curly because the people in this Mithila region, they will usually have curly hair. So we try to draw the lady according to that region. Ears will begin from her eyes and continue down till the nose, like this. And there is a lock of hair that usually is hanging here for these ladies. You can go and decorate it, or you can just draw one loosely here. Okay, this is the ear. She will definitely be wearing some earring. So we can work on that as well. Give it a shape and define the earring. I'm filling it with raw kachni. Some highlights here. Now this can be extended, this hair section. It can be extended like this so that the head is properly shaped. Okay, and maybe here she is having a braided hair, so this can extend down. And the neck, you don't draw a jawline here, you just bring it down to form the neck. Okay, so here she can be wearing some necklace, something around the neck, and then we'll begin the clothing for her. So maybe some necklace can come here. Okay, and if she's a young and beautiful woman that you're trying to portray, then you will also add something on her nose, because usually these women will wear some nose they will always have nose piercing. So either they will have this small stud here on nose, or they will have a big loop of nose ring which will fall like this, and it will go here, because ideally in the nose ring the loop will go back in the hair, right? So some beads hanging from the nose ring, and maybe some shape you can draw here on this section also. This is how traditionally the nose ring is done, but sometimes you can also add a shape of fish. You can do a lot of decoration around this. Also, while you are making this girl or this lady figure, you can go ahead and add some decoration in this section also, and it can become the Mang Tika. Okay, because these ladies, if you are making completely decorated filled with jewelry, then you can add some things like these. It depends on how you want to work with your painting. Now I'll show you. So this is how we draw the lady. But nowadays, these younger artists, they have started adding lips to the painting. So you see this, they will paint in red. Just a smiling face. And this thing they will paint in red. The lips they will paint in red. Okay, so as I said, I'm always open to seeing experiments and in your own infusions in Madhubani style of painting, but with that you should also remember how it is traditionally done. So if you're doing a traditional painting, this lips is usually not very well defined. Now, as I said, since we have taken everything here just as hair, and we need to add something on the head also, like a stole, like the sari, like the dupatta, right? So let's make another line. This time this one is going to be the dupatta that she's wearing on top. Now this dupatta will become the outline of our human figure. Okay, so as you all know, all the outlines in Madhubani painting will have double lines, right? So go ahead and make a double line. And here we can have the shoulder, where we have the shoulder, we can have these hands of the lady, one hand of the lady, maybe like this, her hand can come. Now in Madhubani painting, when you're drawing these figures, there is no ratio that we maintain. Okay, that's I don't know if this is good or bad, but this is how it's usually done. Normally, if you do a human figure, you will always maintain the whole body ratio. So if this is one head size, then up to the navel, it will be 2 head sizes, right? And from navel to rest of the body, that is up to the feet, will be 3 head sizes, this being 1 head size, right? So usually this is followed in the normal paintings that we do, but in Madhubani, as I said, these are all symbolic paintings. The painting that you have done should depict what you intend to depict. This hand, I'm going to make it a little thick. Maybe here can be the blouse, the pattern on the blouse. Okay, and she has to wear bangles, of course, because we are mostly drawing decorated human figures and ladies in Madhubani painting. So think of all the shringar items that a lady has. There are 16 shringar items that a lady has, including bindi, the nose ring, earring, necklace, something on the head, bangles. So think of all the 16 pieces of shringar that lady has and try to put them here on this Madhubani lady that you create. Okay, and she has a long braid of hair, so it continues again. This has to be black, curly lock of hair. You will fill it with black. Okay, and I want to create a stark contrast, so I'm just scribbling it. Okay, now as I told you, these ladies will always wear sari, which is Seedha Palla, so which is brought to the front. So the sari the palla will come here on her front shoulder. This can be like the front shoulder work, and maybe up till here. Okay, so when we draw this lady, this palla of her sari can come here, and of course This can be the palla, and this here can be the body. Okay, so this can be the body. This is the front palla of her sari. So decorate it just as you would decorate the border of the sari. I'm working with pen, but if you are working for the very first time, try using pencil to create all these patterns. Okay, fill it with kachni, fill it with any pattern that you want. Right? And here also, I think, let the border fall till here. And this will come down. Okay, and since this is the pallu, then this also will have nice border designs. If you've seen your mom's saris or your own saris, you will notice that side border and the border here will mostly be the same, right? So try to maintain that same thing here. Then on top you can keep creating your own border designs. These are the observations that we have to follow while we are working on a sari design. Because in Madhubani painting, we use these kind of patterns for painting the saris also. Okay, so this border will be maintained in the hem of the pallu. Then again, try and create this closing border design. And it's like the painting of a lady figure is like dressing up a doll, right? So you have everything that you want. It's right here in your hands, which is the pen. And go on dressing your doll, making it however beautiful you want. And the basic idea of doing a Madhubani painting, the lady figure, is to express the feminine side of painting, of the lady. Okay, so mostly these ladies will be beautiful, will be smiling. Nowadays, the younger Madhubani artists also show themes like female genocide and even corona. So natural things that are happening in the society today. So they make all these figures and shapes now, blood donation and all that. But the traditional way of doing a Madhubani painting always involved drawing these lovely beautiful ladies doing daily household work, going to temple, plucking flowers, some scenes from Ramayana, Mahabharat. Mahabharat will not have a lot of scenes for the girls or women to be drawn. So it was mostly Sita ji who was drawn in Madhubani painting. So just choose whatever subject you want to draw. Okay, maybe here this is the blouse. So when I'm painting this whole section, If you allow me, I will quickly show you with a sketch pen. Of course, please don't do it. I'm only doing to show you how I want this to turn out. So maybe take some color. This is the blouse, this part. So this part is the blouse. I'm using alcohol based ink markers. It's not a regular sketch pen, so you will not see a lot of patchy lines with these pens. It's not like a brush marker, it's just an alcohol based ink marker. So up to this section is the blouse. Okay, and this pallu, you can actually take it down till here. Double lines, because this will be outline of our central lady figure. So maybe you can paint this in one color, any light color, just to differentiate. This is the pallu, everything here inside. And these are alcohol based markers, so they will not create sharp patchy lines, they will blend together if I go over them twice. So if this is the pallu, then as I told you, this also is that extension of the same pallu. Okay, so this will be of same color. Up to here. Like this. And of course you can choose your border to be little attractive, like you can use some sharp colors here. In these little triangles, and continue the same thing in bottom. So continue the same thing here. Fill all the triangles. I am going so fast, I am actually going outside the lines that I've made, not doing even filling. But I hope you understand, this is just for the purpose of demo. So every time you do Madhubani painting, I get a lot of questions from students. Can we make front face? Can we make any other face? I have to tell you that mostly in Madhubani we do side profiles. Okay? Because it highlights the features that we have learned in typical Madhubani painting. And since again, as I said, this is the pallu, so I'm going to bring the same elements in the pallu as well. Okay, so it remains homogeneous. I'm working with waterproof pens. So when I work with acrylic colors, there also I just go over with the pen. My acrylic color does not spread these ink marks or smudges. Now she can be holding something, right? Maybe we can add a bowl of flowers. So this can be her hand. holding it. Again, as I said, Madhubani is always about representative drawings. Okay, so in this I want to show that she is holding this flower basket. Okay, so I have taken this palm of her hands and on top kept this flower basket. I will just add these multiple lines to kind of make a crisscross give it a crisscross effect, give this basket nice weaving effect. And inside we can fill it with flowers, right? This is a flower basket, so let's see what color is this. Pink. So this is the dark pink. It's almost like red. And some leaves. And whatever is the empty space, because emptiness is considered inauspicious in Madhubani, right? So this is how you are completing the project. You are taking care of all that you have learned so far. Just to make the shapes clear, I'm going to add one outline to these reds. Everything is filled and we assume that this is where her second hand is also occupied, right, in holding this basket. Okay, so and then you come down, you have this beautiful lehenga, you can decorate it, maybe you can add some style here. If you have seen how we wear a lehenga, there is a fall of the dupatta that comes even here, right? So this is that same thing that we will decorate here. First design it. We are all designers when we are working on these Madhubani figures. And then you can go ahead and add your favorite colors. Do a lot of kachni filling. All these shapes look very pretty if it's filled with kachni. Kachni is the most authentic and traditional style of filling shapes. Even if you are doing a bharni, then on top of that you can go ahead and do kachni. This brings more traditional approach, a feel, sorry, not approach, more traditional feel to your overall painting. Handmade paper, right? It will absorb a lot of color. So work with acrylic colors or watercolor, poster colors. Even watercolors will be good. But in watercolors, you will have to go ahead and add at least 2 or 3 layers of coat for each color. Okay. So I will again quickly jot down the same things. Repeat the same things. Wherever is the outline of the figure, only there you have to make double lines. No need to make double lines all over the face and everywhere. If this lady, her dupatta comes here in front also, right? Some paintings you will see that the dupatta lies here. Then make a double line only in the outside. We make double lines so that each figure is distinct from other figure. Okay, so that's the sole purpose of using a double line. Also, I think you can go ahead, in most of the dupattas that you might have seen, you have seen that there is a lace that they add. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. I'm just adding a lace here. Remember these little things in your painting. If you're doing this dupatta with a lace, then you will have to again do double line on this lace. So the inside one you can fill with whatever color you have, and outside one will be to distinguish this from the other shape that you're drawing. Maybe I can fill it with the pink, right? Just to continue the contrast that I've created with the blouse. So when I fill the inside section with color and I leave the double line white, then it creates a proper distinction of shape. So this is my lace that I am adding across the dupatta, and here is the double line which is still white in color. So you can continue the whole dupatta like that. Okay, so this is what we've done. A Madhubani figure lady is ready. Give it a try and go on and finish your human assignments now. Thank you everyone.